She thought parking her car across my driveway would teach me a lesson. But when she realized I wasn't just homeowner, I was a decorated Army engineer with a fully legal 15-ton tank, the lesson flipped fast and loud. Retired Staff Sergeant Mark Steele had earned his peace. After 20 years of Army service, he'd finally settled into suburban life, restoring old military vehicles as a hobby. His pride and joy sat in a custom-built shed behind his house, a decommissioned M60 tank, polished, legal, and displayed at veterans events every Memorial Day. But one morning, Mark stepped outside and froze. His driveway was blocked completely by a silver SUV parked sideways. A handwritten note on the windshield read, "Move your eyesore garage display or we'll have you fined. HOA President Karen." Mark sighed, hands on his hips. He'd already tried reasoning with Karen before about her petty complaints. The flagpole too tall, the military junk too visible, even his mailbox too rugged. But blocking his driveway? That was new. He called the towing company. They refused to interfere. Apparently, the HOA had threatened their license for tampering. So Mark walked back to his garage, pressed a button, and the shed door rumbled open. Minutes later, the entire neighborhood heard the unmistakable growl of diesel power. Karen came running out, screaming, "You can't drive that thing here!" But Mark didn't say a word. He guided the tank slowly up the driveway, treads rolling inches from her SUV. The ground trembled. He stopped just short of her bumper, stepped out, and handed her a laminated document. Fully registered, Department of Defense approved non-operational display vehicle. "Ma'am, this tank's more legal than your parking." Karen's jaw dropped as she stared at the massive steel beast towering over her car. Then came the distant wail of sirens, not for Mark, but for Karen. Someone had called the police after hearing her threats and seeing her car blocking a public access point. When officers arrived, they cited her for obstruction and trespassing. Mark didn't say a word. He just nodded to the officers, climbed back into the tank, and reversed it gently into the garage. The sound of those treads rolling back became neighborhood legend. By sunset, Karen's SUV was gone, and so was her ego. The next day, the HOA quietly changed its vehicle obstruction policy.
I am Liam, and trust me, the next HOA story is even worse. Subscribe now.